Okay, I'm sorry. Welcome back. My camera shut off. I think that I was out of memory. I do all this stuff on my phone, and I think that I forgot to clear out some of the uh, past videos that I've shot. I need to get more memory. So anyway, what I was saying, it's important that people realize, understand, and then prepare for the not just well for the eventuality, but more a certainty than anything else of these things happening. If I've always said prepare for an EMP because if you're prepared for an EMP, you're prepared for pretty much everything else. It may seem daunting to some people to prepare that much, but it's simply a matter of step by step, small bite, small bite, small bite. Big things are made out of little things. And wherever you are on the preparedness spectrum, good. At least you're on it, right? It's a lot better than not being on it at all. And so continue to prepare. Continue to establish yourself as being more secure in the event of anything that happens. And then as you become more involved in this and understand it, and as hopefully you talk to other people about these possibilities, and I'll throw in something here. There are a lot of people, if you watch preparedness channels, and I've even seen comments on my channel here, that say, don't tell anybody, don't talk to anybody about your preparedness. You're giving away OPSEC, operational security. That's junk. You need people. You need people. The idea that you're going to hide in your house for, the next 10 years until the lights come back on and everything's going to be hunky-dory, well, that's a fallacy. The idea that you're going to live out in your cabin for 10, no, you're not going to. You need people, and you need people now. Okay, you need to know who those people are that you can depend on, or who's thinking the way you are before an event happens. Now, I'm not big on developing groups, and if you follow preparedness, you've undoubtedly heard people talking about MAGs, mutual assistance groups, or they call them a number of different things. I don't suggest that. Um, I do not suggest developing groups for that one thing. For because you have a tendency to bring in people who have that one common concern, and you don't know what they really are like as people. You don't know their real beliefs. It takes a long time to really learn about a person, right? And most of groups, most preparedness groups, fall apart, whatever, because of internal conflict. And that's because they came together with a common purpose of survival or preparedness. And then all these different things, the different values, their different principles, their different worldviews, and all these started to come into clashing, and also vying for, who wants to be the top dog and all that. I do not promote the idea of putting together a group before the event, except, if it's a group that's held together by something very strong, religious beliefs or things like that. And then those have a tendency to, kind of weed out the ones who shouldn't be there. But I refer to what some people would call my group as simply my circle of friends. These are the people that I know very well, that I've known for a long time, and I know what they do under, different situations. We share, we have common beliefs, we have common thought processes, we have common worldviews. It's comprised of family and friends. And so that's what I do. But I would suggest, as you start to understand the the true existential threat that's facing us, that you talk more about it to people. Now, you don't want to go out there, you'll drive them away if you act like a nut and say, oh my gosh, the sky is falling, Chicken Little and all this. The end of the world is coming, this and that and everything. But if you do it in a way that's more attractive, if you think about your friend or your siblings or your whatever, and say, you know, I was watching something, and this thing is really serious. This thing is really concerning. This stuff about EMP and things, and I didn't really realize that, but I've watched some of this. And if you approach people with a rational, reasonable attitude, you're going to get some of them thinking. And then some of those are going to become more interested. And then some of those are going to want to talk to you more about it. And then some of those may end up being, a part of the group that, will be there for you, and you'll be there for them when it all comes tumbling down. Okay, I think that's going to do it. I'm going to make a second one. I'll probably wait till tomorrow because I have a lot to do, but I'll do a follow-up, essentially a part 3 on this subject, about what my triggers are. Because a lot of people ask me, well, Steve, what makes you think, what would happen to make you say, okay, it's go time. It's time to leave your primary location. Or what should you? How long would you stay there? How are you prepared there? And I'm not going to get into details with that, but I'll give some generalities. How are you prepared? How long would you wait until you leave? Because I live in the suburbs, the place that everybody says you shouldn't live. Well, I happen to think it's a very good place to live because it's one of the best places to live now. And depending on what happens, I'll explain that in the next one. But just think about this, start thinking about this and take it seriously. And like I said, share these videos with others. That will give you a good idea. If you share these with friends or whatever, and then you'll be able to see who comes back and says, that's pretty interesting. I didn't know anything about this. What do you think about it? And then you can sit down, have a beer, a cup of coffee, a cup of tea, a pizza, whatever, and talk about, well, maybe we should take this more seriously, and how should we do that? How should we go about that? So anyway, remember, go watch that Canadian Preppers video of interviewing Jonathan Hollerman. It's an excellent, excellent video. And as we say, and if you really want the whole lesson, like I say, here it is. I wrote them to be the whole lesson. The Stonemont series, the reversion, the revival, renewal, and appeal to heaven, the blessings of freedom, hostages to fortune. Yeah, I'm working on number 7 right now. They're available. You can get them through Amazon, or you can order them through me on our website, stonemont.us. I'll talk about what Stonemont is one of these days. Stonemont.us, the links are down below. And join us if you're not with us on Patreon. There is a lot over there that isn't on the YouTube channel here. And if you're serious about preparedness, and those are probably the 2 things you need to do next. Join us on Patreon, not just for the extra stuff I put up over there, but we have just an exceptional group of patrons with a wide and deep knowledge that share their material and help each other and help new people. New people can come on and ask questions, and you're going to get a lot of help over there. Or like I say, order my books, and you're going to be amazed at what you learn. I have people who have told me they've read the whole series 5 times all the way through and still are learning things that they missed the first 4 times through. So keep these things in mind. These are serious threats, and you need to be serious about preparing for them. And there are ways to do it. You don't have to be all afraid. You just have to prepare, like so many things, right? It's like a math test. If you don't prepare, you can be afraid of it. If you prepared, you're not. You're ready, and you'll do okay. So remember, as I always say, that we prepare well today in order to live well tomorrow. You're going to live tomorrow no matter what it is, whether life goes on very well for a few more years or whether we're hit with one of these things. You're going to live tomorrow exactly as you have prepared today. You all have a good day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.